This is Axis Empires Ultimate Edition. We're playing the 1937. Start with Europe and Asia. So that's all the maps. Now, I've run into a bit of a problem here because I'm trying to do something which I don't think the game doesn't look like it's designed to do this. Is the fact that I'm trying to follow the historical card play. Now, I've got myself into a situation where I cannot trigger the limited war in 1937. Now, looking at the cards that are coming through for the turn coming up, we've got limited war cards coming out for the Western Allies and for the Soviets. Now, I am not in a position to trigger that limited war. What's happened is I played the Japanese card demanding a Mongolia and on the Hopei being a Chinese nationalist minor which adopts the same posture as nationalist China. Basically they rolled on a table and it came up with the country resists. Now, country resists, the problem with that is the nationalist China posture was acceptance. Now, when that posture is acceptance, the country doesn't activate and the war doesn't start, but the posture doesn't change. Now, what's happened is you then go on to roll on the cabinet crisis table for the Japanese, and that gave me border incident, which would have resulted in the loss. Well, there's about 3 elements, all of which aren't very good, but the most limited damage is the one where you have to lose a step of Kwantung army units. Okay, but that doesn't change the posture, so you haven't started the war. Now, you can't declare war in the declare war segment because you're still in a pre-war condition. Now, what I've had to do is to get this to fire off is I've just ignored the rule that says if the posture was actually acceptance, do nothing. I'll get rid of that, and I'm just going to say the posture is removed, the minor country becomes active, and because the nationalist China is allied with that, nationalist China actually goes to war. Now, the forces of Guangxu in that situation could actually invade Hopei. Well, it wouldn't be invading, it would be going to the support of Hopei. Now, that hasn't happened because of the way I was playing this, but what actually happened is the Japanese attacked Peking. They got an exchange result, and they also managed to capture the port of Tenzing. So I'm going to leave it as it is in terms of the board setup and say that we are now in a limited war situation, and I will play the limited war cards as they're coming up for the Western and Soviets. Now, I assume that I'm going to get into similar problems trying to do this historical card play thing. I don't think this is a valid option, but as soon as you divert significantly from what happened historically, you're going to have to play this game knowing the cards, and that's a lot of work. Trying to understand how all the cards all hang together, which is something I wanted to avoid. Anyway, other things that have happened in the Pacific area, the Allies were rolling for China influence, they didn't get it. Soviets were rolling for China influence, they didn't get it. So nothing really happened there. The forget that. The Europe, the Russians were supporting the Republican Spanish, and they've managed to roll really well, getting 2 areas back off the nationalists, and the nationalists are actually reduced to their capital in Seville. The only other things that happened is both Germany and France picked up some steps off their option cards, and that's it for the moment. We'll keep going, but if I do have to switch over to a full card driven mode, I'll obviously keep you updated on that.